Yesterday, People's President Robert Chagulanyi BOBI was able to visit political prisoners. We all know that dictators all over the country try to jail diehards of opposition opponents so that they can sell fear, so that they can break down the support of the opposition. I've normally followed the opposition politics in this country. Every presidential contender by the opposition has had his supporters, his ADs, his security team in Luzira prison. And for Bobi Wine, there has been a lot. As we speak right now, Eddie Mutwe, the head of security, personal security, there is also Achiro Chivumbi, the head of security at the headquarters, and very many more are in Luzira prison, plus Bobi Wine. And for me, I anticipate that they are going to be in this situation up to the 2026 general election, because they want to sell fear. So seeing Bobi Wine visiting political prisoners is to make sure that their speech don't break. Before I proceed, let me first play a tape when Bobi Wine was visiting them. Here's the tape.
We go there, you do whatever you want to do, but not necessarily in the parking.
The president escorted by King Saha bagenda kulaba ku munywanyi waabwe Badbala enkya y'olunaku olwaleero wano ku Kigo prison naboolaba. We are not entering. We are not entering at all. We are not entering, sir. We are not entering. We know what to do.
That is Bobi Wine. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, being in prison is not an easy thing. If you want to understand the magnitude of being in prison, just go back when we were having COVID. When we are blocked from entering the city, it was just so inconveniencing staying at home. Imagine when you are just in a one room, on 1 acre, feeding on portion beans when you don't have freedom. Freedom is the most biggest thing in this world. Okay? I normally see those who support NRM downplaying this. People are charged with terrorism. There are some people who have been in prison for 5 years now. Okay? The dictatorship is playing a Russian roulette with the lives of these young people. Some had wives. By the time they come out of prison, their wives are not there. These criminal cases are broken down families because of supporting Bobi, which is unfortunate. It is the reason as to why I get much time to do these videos, so that I can teach, even if I teach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in this video, to understand that Uganda is not where it's supposed to be. Uganda is not a democracy. Uganda does not value human rights. How can you tell me that you incarcerate people for 5 years? Even our judiciary has a problem. This is the weakest judiciary by a winning door to ever be in this country. How can you tell me that these people have been in prison for 5 years without the court coming out with a ruling? Those who are caught in the 2020 general election, their cases as being still heard in the High Court. If you tell me maybe the court came out to give a ruling and they appealed, but the High Court has never ruled. It's now 5 years when the government is not bringing evidence. If indeed, I keep on telling, I've done several videos, and I think this is the 1,000th video. Judiciary should learn to do judicial activism. Democracy is built by people in agitating for freedom and constitutionalism, but also the courts have a lot of input in this. Just imagine if the people were caught in the 2021 generation gave all people bail, telling government that they have failed to bring evidence. But whenever even the government doesn't bring evidence and the courts continue putting them in jail, it means that the government will go on to hold other people to bring them in jail. Yet even our jails are at the maximum. A jail that was made to take in 1,000 is now having tens of thousands. Okay, so you have a broken system, which includes our judiciary and a dictatorship, and it's the duty of every Ugandan to come out and fight for the betterment of our constitution, for the betterment of our institution, for the betterment of our judiciary. No one will come away out of Uganda to fight for what I've talked about. Of course, that's my opinion. Remember, because we're commenting about this, thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more offset videos. I remain Kabuye Sulaiman Mawagali, MP, Makinde East 2026. Peace.
Yes, Kabuye Sulaiman Mawagali. I am putting in my request to fly the NUP flag high in Makinde East constituency, so that I can represent the great people of Makinde East. Nkomyewo omulundi ogwokubiri n'obwongo nga bwesera nga busera. Ebiwandiiko byange mbirese bibino.
Sigadde nze Mr. Makindi Kabuye Sulaiman Mawagali kantwene guno omukisa okubategeeza mbu ngenda kwesimba okuwa MP Makinde East 2026 nesimbawo luli era nkomawo bataata bamaama basenga bajjajja okubasaba akalulu. Makinde East ediridde nnyo emabega okumala emyaka 2 okuva omugenzi Sebana we yagenda. Yensonga lwaki buli mukulembeze ajja tumuwayo ekisanja kimu kubanga tukola ensobi. Abakulembeze ba Makinde East okumala emyaka 15 buli we barankinga abakulembeze abakozi b'omu parliament abatakyasinze kwogera babeeramu 2 abasemba. Ebyo bintu birina okwogerwa. Twetaaga omukulembeze ng'alina obwongo nga bwesera nga busera. Twetaaga omukulembeze nga fighter, si bano bajooka. Bw'obanga ogenda saabalira ku mazzi ne baleeta eryato ly'ebbumba ne baleeta ne speed boat, tosobola kukwata lyato lya bbumba ogenda osaabale kubanga lijja kunywa amazzi obbire bassebo ne bannyabo. Oba olina kulondawo speed boat efubutuka kaweewo ekusomese mangu. Nze Kabuye Sulaiman Mawagali, nze speed boat. Bannaye munonde muninnye nsooke mbasaabaze ku speed ey'ekizungirizi. Eddoboozi lyaffe libadde teriwulirwa. Kyekiseera mu 2026 mulonde nze kamwa kwogera Kabuye Sulaiman Mawagali alina eddoboozi eryamwanguka ajoyimirira ku parliament ayanje ensonga mu beesimbyewo bonna bassebo ne bannyabo teri ansinga kwanja nsonga. Abaneesimbyeko bonna baneegomba olw'engeri gye njogeramu, olw'engeri gye nnambika ensonga. Gw'oba okiwakana eno YouTube yange sooka ogiraba ogifollowing ogisharing olayo ne video eziriko engeri gye nnambika ensonga. Kuba mwaka faananyi nga ndi ku floor ya parliament nga ngamba Mr. Speaker sa wa Madam Speaker sa waliwo asobola ogaana okuwulira. So mu 2026 tetukola era ne mulonda omulala atali Kabuye Sulaiman Mawagali. Musibe bulungi, mweraba. Peace.
Bobo mpala na wala kusaba kimuze mpala na bulungi. Waji? Aba mpala na bulungi. Nange benjagala obulungi.